Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at a truly iconic image from the 70s, Farrah Fawcett's red swimsuit poster.
Oh, yeah, absolutely legendary. That smile, the hair.
Exactly. And, it wasn't just popular, it was a phenomenon. Sold something like, what, 5 million copies in the first year?
Over 5 million, yeah. Made it one of the biggest selling photos of the decade, maybe ever.
Wow.
And our mission today really is to dig into the backstory, because how it happened is, well, it's pretty surprising. Not what you'd expect at all. Most people probably assume some big ad agency was behind it, right?
You'd think so, wouldn't you? A huge cultural moment like that. But that's not the story here, is it? Tell us where the idea actually came from.
Okay, so get this. The idea wasn't from some marketing genius. It was Ted Trachillis. He co-owned a poster company, Pro Arts, Inc.
Right.
And his neighbor's son mentioned that college guys were like ripping Farrah's magazine ads out and sticking them on their dorm walls.
Seriously, just from a neighbor's kid.
Yeah, it just shows, sometimes the best ideas come from, well, anywhere. Just paying attention.
That's wild. So Trachillis goes to Fawcett with this idea. How does she react?
Apparently she was pretty chill about it. Thought it sounded cute, was the word she used.
Cute, for what became the poster.
Exactly. But she was also really smart about it. Right away, she made sure she'd get a proper cut of the profits.
Good for her. Especially back then, that was a very savvy move for an actress.
It really was. She knew her worth. And her control didn't stop at the money side either. Because the first couple of photographers they tried, well, they just didn't get the shot.
Didn't capture the magic.
Seems not. So Farrah, she basically took charge. She insisted on bringing in Bruce McBroom. He was someone she'd worked with, someone she trusted.
Okay, so she's calling the shots.
Totally. And she decided the shoot would happen at her place, her home in LA, not some sterile studio.
That feels really personal. And then there's the whole bikini thing. Trachillis wanted a bikini shot, right?
He did. But Farrah famously just said, nope, I'll just do it the way I want.
Huh? Love that.
And she did. Did her own hair, her own makeup, pulled outfits from her own closet. No stylists. No designer stuff.
Can you even imagine that happening today? That kind of authenticity?
It's pretty rare now, yeah. But maybe that's part of why it worked so well then. It felt real. Still, even with all that, McBroom wasn't happy after a full day shooting.
Really? After a whole day?
Yeah, he felt they didn't quite have the shot for a poster. He was getting kind of frustrated, apparently. So he just asked her, do you have anything else?
And that's the moment.
That's the moment. She comes back wearing that red one piece.
The swimsuit?
The swimsuit, and it just popped. Perfect color against her tan.
Yeah.
And, kind of a side note, it also happened to cover up a little childhood scar on her stomach she wasn't keen on showing.
Huh. Interesting detail. So the suit was perfect. What about the background? It looks so simple.
It was simple. It was just McBroom's old Mexican blanket that he literally grabbed out of his pickup truck.
No way, a blanket from his truck.
Yep. And the final kicker, he shot the iconic photo on his very last roll of color film.
You couldn't make this stuff up. Talk about serendipity.
Right. But it wasn't just luck. Remember that deal she struck? That gave her the power to choose the final photo.
Ah, crucial.
And she insisted the other shots, the ones she didn't pick, were destroyed. She completely controlled the image.
Smart. Really smart. And obviously, her choice was spot on. Became the best-selling poster ever. Made her a fortune too, right? Something like $400,000 in royalties.
Reports say upwards of that, yeah. A huge amount back then. It's a real testament to her instincts, both creative and business.
And now, that actual swimsuit, the red one, it's in the Smithsonian, isn't it? Alongside a copy of the poster.
It is. National Museum of American History, which is just, well, incredible. From a neighbor's comment and a blanket in a truck to the Smithsonian.
It really is. So when you think about this huge cultural moment, the 70s icon, it wasn't some slick, focus-grouped campaign.
Not at all.
It came from, personal choices, thinking on your feet, maybe a bit of luck.
Which leads to a thought for you to consider. How often do these small, personal decisions, the swimsuit choice, the blanket, end up being the very thing that turns something commercial into, like lasting cultural history? Makes you wonder what other big moments have these kinds of surprising hidden stories, doesn't it?